Hi Capricorn, here is a general look at your solar chart for December 2014, and I don't know about you, but I think that year went really fast. Anyway, as the month kicks off, we have the sun in the sign before yours, as it always is at this time of the year. So whatever you're doing, you will be more self-reflective, a little bit more introspective about it. Actually, until the 5th, Mars is in your sign, as it has been throughout the whole of November. So with Mars in your sign, that means that there will have been more need for you to be in the hustle and bustle of life, or more need for you to be active, more demand on you, and definitely time to get the ball rolling on things, and to be wise to the fact that the Mars energy can run you ragged. So trying to balance your active phase with a more sort of quiet phase, particularly with the sun, not only the sun actually, but Mercury and Venus all in this very background area. I call it the cocoon, the chrysalis area. Okay, so this is when you're incubating whatever, this is where you are coagulating your gold. And you'll probably have to be more aware of not only your inner needs, and maybe that's not something that you make a habit of doing, Capricorn, not unless you've got Pluto slam dunk on your sun at the moment, because then you've got to. But also being aware of other people's needs, requirements, I don't know, culture, schedule, mood. So you might find yourself having to do things for others relying on you, and sometimes you just won't feel like doing it. But this is why this is called the house of higher service, because this is a house at the moment where the sun and Mercury and Venus is the house of non-ego. So it doesn't matter what you want. So I've contradicted myself, I know, but you have to deliberately try harder to get more downtime for yourself, more healing time for yourself, and maybe, look after yourself and actually face up to the fact that you do need to go and get this or that or the other thing done. So looking into healing therapies, alternative or mainstream or whatever, and also spiritual connections. This is the area to do with the imagination. So this is an area where maybe those of you who do art would get more interested in that, or more active with that. This is also a time to just do things which take you out of yourself, completely just get you into a sort of like a neutral zone where you're not being harried by your thoughts or your moods, and like a good book or music or dancing or whatever it is that you do. And that would be great. And Mercury's there, so you have more of a mental connection maybe with your, shall we say, higher self, or with the higher self, which kind of communes with all the other higher selves in the higher echelons, or rather a zone which is beyond the mental abilities that we have. We always say higher and kind of point up, but actually it could be anywhere, couldn't it? So zoning out is a good thing to be doing now. Another thing about this area here is that if there's something ongoing that you're niggled about, or it's bugging you, or you're fretting over, you might not get the answer, you might not get the response, you might not get the solution for a bit. It's more likely to be coming in after the 17th, because of this position of Mercury, which can mean we're mentally at sixes and sevens. Things are a bit up in the air. That's one of the manifestations of it here. Also, in a bubble with others. This is very strongly sort of indicated. Mercury in this area here, and Venus as well, which is rather lovely. So in a background bubble with others. in your own special little tight-knit group, whatever that's about, is likely at this time. And you're likely to feel support as well up until the 11th. You're likely to feel deep, nurturing support. You're likely to feel facilitated. You're likely to feel that you're getting the inward balance for all that I've said, because Venus is going to be there. Also, others are likely to look to you for support, which I've already said, facilitation, helping with their balance, helping with their day, their mood, their problem, whatever it is, okay? But Venus comes out of there on the 11th, and then whoopee comes into your sign, and that's going to be for about 3 weeks. So that nicely covers the Christmas time, and this is a very sociable energy. It's very she's in one of her better moods here, and in a sun sign, that's to say. And so this will be you feeling better in your skin, feeling more like you want to get out there. Not right from the 11th, I don't think, because it'll need Mercury to drop in there at least. And then the sun comes in there on the 22nd, all out of this background cocoon-like area that they've been in. Because you'll have been done with incubating then, and you'll really want to be coming out full steam, you know, and that's perfect for those of you that do celebrate Christmas, but in general, the sort of the festive seasons, and you really feel more like reaching out to others, and others will see something about you which they really find attractive or persuasive. Good time for negotiations if you've got to be in negotiations, or a good time for romance, good time for connecting with friends, good time for a morale boost, or to help others with a morale boost, and a good time for just self-indulgence, really. So anyway, Venus comes into your sign for about 3 weeks from the 11th. Mercury comes in there, meaning that your mental processes get accelerated. You get busy in your mind. There's a lot more socializing, mixing and mingling going on. Need to get your head around things. That stuff that was up in the air before, or which was a little bit idealistic before, or which was all sort of head in the clouds before, down to earth now. It's much more down to earth. And then from the 22nd, the sun comes in there to join the other two, and this is a powerful time because that's the sun coming into your sign. So this is definitely, you do have the permission slip to be more self-indulgent, but also, you know, that sort of that goodwill is circulating because you will have Venus in your sign as well, and that sort of mutual support feeling coming in there. And this is a good time because you will have the energy really, and you'll have the urge to go for things which are close to your heart, and whatever those are. Now, I mentioned Mars in your sign, you having to be decisive, but then Mars comes out of there on the 5th. So for most of the month, actually, Mars is demanding you put more effort and decisiveness into getting organized in a basic sense, you know, basic stuff, lists, the material side, the financial side, the budget, incomings, outgoings, but also, you know, food on the table, and clothes on the back, you know, all of that materialistic side of life, that paraphernalia, so possessions, money, but also property, also it's all to do with what you have, and ownership. So you might be going in for you might be making decisions about these types of things, and you know, making up your mind and being more decisive, and actually taking action, which again fits in really well with those of you that celebrate Christmas, because you know, you've got to decide who wants what, and how much it costs, and can you get a cheaper version? No, that wouldn't be fair, but hey, I've got to, so, and whatever, you know. So all of this going on there, with Mercury in your sign, lots on in your mind. And now, until the 24th, Saturn is continuing the long transit that since October 2012 through an area of your chart, meaning that you've got to slowly cultivate group connections, friendships, social circle, working social circle, finding your place in a hierarchy, finding your place in a pecking order, but it's slow, and sometimes you can feel a little bit out on your own. But maybe it's not the right hierarchy you're looking into. There is always that. Maybe you should be with a completely different group altogether, or maybe, you know, yeah, that's the necessary one, but let me find another one as well. So that, you know, Saturn can help you with that. Anyway, Saturn's pulling out of there on the 24th, Christmas Eve, and you Capricorns born in the last 10 days or with from 26 degrees rising are going to feel the energy of the old position of Saturn the most, and then Saturn moves into the sign before yours, Sagittarius, and it will be there for 6 months. So this is the beginning of a big new cycle, which is you clearing up issues, matters from the past. This is you decluttering from the past, also decluttering maybe bad habits of yours, etc., etc. And you Capricorns born in the first couple of days or with 0 to 1 degrees rising will feel this energy the most for this forecast period. It's also about doing inner work, it's about healing, it's about therapies, it's about treatments of all various kinds. Now, I should mention to you that between the 19th and the 26th, we're getting a huge hit on Pluto in your sign. And you Capricorns born in the middle 10 days or with 10 to 14 degrees rising are going to be feeling this one the most, and but the whole sign is going to be feeling it because Venus is coming, it's in your sign, which is great, but it's going across Pluto, so this can mean more intense feelings between the 19th and the 21st. Maybe something touches you, maybe you sway the feelings of another. It can be sizzly, I know that. It can mean it can touch a nerve, whether that's in a good way or a bad way is for you to know. But there can be this feeling of breakthrough and then moving on, as always with Pluto stuff. But also we have Mercury going across Pluto as well, and that's between the 24th and the 26th. So here it's penetrating thinking, it's getting down to something. Now both of those are connecting you also to Uranus, and by the way, it's the same deal for you Capricorns born in the middle 10 days or with 11 to 14 degrees rising, feeling that one the most. And Uranus, along with Pluto, are both game changers, but Uranus is coming at your sign in a very demanding, challenging sort of a way. So there will be a little sort of perfume, shall we say, of surprise coming in with this, or the unexpected, or something that gets you on the edge of your seat for a minute there, because what are we talking about? I mean, it's a week in all, really. We do have the moon right in the middle of it all, actually, between the 22nd and the 23rd, going over Pluto and connecting with Uranus in this challenging way. So, you know, you're a sign that's really, really good at protecting their feelings. But, you know, this is meant to be going on, and whatever it is, in this very, very short space of time, you will probably find that you are maybe after a misunderstanding or a wrong end of the stick, or maybe after an event, you are much the wiser, and you're glad you are. But in the meantime, there might be a little bit of a clash of values, a little bit of a arm twisting going on. That might be you towards somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be at you, but it can also be at you. So a bit of a power struggle sort of thing. That power struggle might be within yourself, inside of yourself as well. So this is just a little time frame, this week between the 19th and the 26th. That I am just saying to you, the road might just get a bit bumpy, but if you've got strong wheels, then you are going to be bumping over it now onto the smooth pathway again. However, you Capricorns who are very, very near the position of Pluto and therefore by default the position of Uranus could feel a little bit of you could be feeling very oversensitive and a little bit of disruption there, right? For whatever the reason, but it's not mega, it is not huge, it's not nuclear, it's not like massive, it's simply part of the whole picture, because hey, every month the moon goes over Pluto actually, not at this angle for Venus or Mercury, but every month they do make a passage, usually every month make a passage over that degree of Pluto, right? Okay. And Jupiter has begun his new cycle, bringing a beneficial emphasis into your financial area. That's whoopee for that. There's a lot that can be done with this one, actually. If you trust, if you have faith that Jupiter is going to deliver in the way that you envisage, in the way that you put out your feeling. I don't want to say sort of make an affirmation, but if you put out your actual feeling level of what it feels like to have the things that you want, rather than thinking your way to them, Jupiter will find it easier to deliver to you during this transit, which is going on till next August. And also emotionally, you're more likely to feel more emotional stability, material help, even emotional help even over this time here, and others seeing you as an emotional help to them maybe more as well. You being able to put your two pennyworth in really right where it counts for somebody. That's a really important way to look at this transit as well. And you Capricorns born in the last 10 days or with 20 to 23 degrees rising, are going to feel that energy the most. And that's it for December. I hope you have an amazing time at Christmas, doing the kinds of things that you love, and all over the festive season if you don't celebrate Christmas. And listen to your moon sign or your rising sign if you know what they are. That'll give you some more information. And also, I'll be seeing you pretty soon with the stars for 2015, the whole of 2015. And I'll see you the next time.